I'm in my gamer pants.
Fuck up.
Leave it.
Wow.
Cut. That's it. Leave it in.
Welcome
That's
to
the
Gamer
script.
Pants, everybody. My name's Zeno. Joining with me today are two people, Junior and Mitsuki. I'm not gonna wait for them to say hi. They can say hi. If they
Hello,
want.
yeah.
Cool. You
Apparently
already know.
intros aren't our thing.
You already know
Nope.
us by now. If you don't, then that's on you. Shit. We're missing our ghost, but I mean, he's here technically, but he's here. Yeah.
Yes, he's here.
Yes.
He's more missing
We
than
just
my
haven't summoned
support
him yet.
was last game in Clash.
Yeah. Quick disclaimer,
I
guys.
guess we should apologize for the delay.
This is episode 33. Yeah, 33 of Gamer Pants Podcast because we've had 33 fucking episodes and we still can't get it right.
Nope.
Ah, shit.
That's how we know we've got it right.
Yeah, once we hit 52, that's like a whole year's worth of podcast episodes, technically, if you go weekly.
Does that mean we have to call it season? We have to make season 2 after 52 episodes.
Since we're bi-weekly technically right now, we're already past season 1.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I mean,
Should I
if we
give the
did
reason
it
why
properly,
we're
we will
delayed?
finish around episode 20-something.
Why don't we just do each episode is a different season? Welcome to season 33. Episode
That
1.
sounds so bad.
33. What are we, Simpsons?
Yes, Junior, exactly what you said, we are.
You just be
God
like, when anyone asks us, like, how many seasons do you guys got? Well, we got, like 40 some.
Line by omission, I like it.
I'm trying not to choke on my drink.
We know what you're choking on, Junior. It's okay.
All right,
Let me
guys.
put that away.
I can tell this is
Okay.
gonna be a fun one. Just quick disclaimer: if we sound like shit or anything, it's because we're running late on this one, so there won't be any mastering at all. I'm literally just gonna record and ship it. So it's basically gonna be almost live. I mean, if Mitsuki like breathes or coughs, maybe I'll edit that out, but I doubt it. I'll let some,
keep it raw.
I'll dampen him with just a little bit, just keep it raw. Okay. All right, we'll think about it. But anyways, guys, get right into the news because it's gonna be short and sweet because Colt isn't here, so we're gonna take out all his section.
Yes, he talks a lot.
Yeah, we got quite a bit to cover. I already weeded out some stuff that I didn't really care about. I don't know if you guys had some stuff, but I have like 3 things to cover. First major thing is that I wanted to go through really quick. I guess it's not major, right? Is fucking 7 Days to Die released. Oh my god.
What?
I was gonna say 7 Days to Die released, but no. Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom released, right? Like last week, or just this past week, a couple days ago.
Wasn't
And
it on the last Friday?
Everyone's been scurrying to play that and whatnot, except for me because I did play. Long story short, but I'll cover that later. I did play a little bit, but I had to stop playing for reasons that will not be mentioned until a little bit later, until after our news thing. So yeah, if you guys have been playing, sure, let us know how it's been going. Anywhere on our socials. Don't ask me what our socials are anymore because we never really use them. So I forget what they are. They're probably like at Gamer Pants or Gamer Pants Pod anywhere. I have them written down, but Coltis was supposed to be handling that, but he never asked me for the logins or anything, so I don't know.
Yeah, my login is.
So yeah, and then I'm bad at social media. I don't even use my own personal social medias. I don't reply to anybody on there. So
I just use Reddit and I just scroll.
Reddit's nice. But I guess in keeping with Tears of the Kingdom thing, do you guys want to know what the what the time is now? And I know you guys know what I'm talking about, but anyways, there's a speedrunner, right, that's been fucking doing speedruns of Tears of the Kingdom, and I think on the first or second day or something like that, he had I want to say it was 94 minutes or something, and I just saw him post yesterday, so I had it written down, but I don't know. Let me look it up because I, definitely did not prepare for this.
Yes.
Is this yesterday's thing? He's at 129. I think that's the most recent one that he has. Yeah, the most recent one he has posted. And this is just this guy. I don't know if there's another one, but YouTuber by the name of Gymnast86 has been posting basically daily or almost daily speedruns of Tears of the Kingdom. I think he started off at 134, like an hour and 34 minutes and 33 seconds, then dropped it down to 132.27. I saw that one. He did have quite a bit of mistakes on that one where he could have saved a lot of freaking time on there. And just yesterday, he posted a 1 hour and 29 minutes and 44 seconds thing. Thank you, Mitsuki.
Sorry.
That's you.
Yeah,
I gotta give you something to do.
Yep. Fucking
So basically, the Elden Ring speedrunning community has been reborn in Zelda again.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
And mute your ears for 10 seconds if you don't want any kind of spoilers whatsoever of Tears of the Kingdom. Okay, starting now. So it still has the same Breath of the Wild thing where if you do the bosses beforehand, you have to, or you don't do them, you have to do them right before the final boss. Right, cool. So anyways, yeah.
Okay.
I figured it was gonna have that still, but oh well.
Yeah. So, anyways, moving on from that, because that's all I have. I don't really know anything about that. Other than I have been seeing, I think I saw an article on Kotaku yesterday. I sent it to you guys. It's not really news, but it's just freaking hilarious to watch people basically torture the hell out of the little Koroks.
I think I saw an image of a Korok crucified.
Yes. I posted that one yesterday. Or, yeah.
You guys are mean.
Yeah, so they're putting him in the little contraptions you can build with the little the gadgets and stuff. They've been using Koroks and abusing them for putting them in little contraptions, setting them off to it. There's one that I saw that had they put a bunch of rockets on there, put a little Korok on there, and just launched them off. It was hilarious. And what makes it better is that little Koroks are oof, and they make a little noise
he's going to the moon.
Yeah, basically. So yeah,
that's hilarious.
I guess I can get all my news out of the way, yeah? Or no, you know what? I'll let Mitsuki do one after this next one, okay? Cool?
Yes.
The other thing that I wanted to talk about is that we got information about a game in development by Game Freak.
Wow, that narrows it down.
Yeah, okay, yes. Yeah. So basically, a Game Freak, which is if you guys don't know, which I don't know if you don't know, but that's crazy, is the people behind Pokemon. They're developers. They're teaming up. It turns out
they can make more than just Pokemon.
Do they?
Even then,
I don't really know. I didn't really look up what they actually have, but I know they have Pokemon everywhere.
Yes.
But at least to my knowledge, I don't know anything else other than Pokemon.
You know what? As you're explaining, I'm going to look up Game Freak's works.
Yeah, you look it up, because I did not do that. I looked up everything else regarding this information, except for Game Freak, because I was like, cool, Pokemon. Everybody knows Game Freak, right? But anyways, so Game Freak is teaming up with publisher Take-Two Interactive for a new, I think it was said, they called it an action-adventure game. It's currently titled Project Bloom, because English is hard, yes. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that's a working title, unless Project Bloom is what it's going to go with. But when you put project in front of something, I just think it's a game in the works, or the title in the works, right? But yeah, and specifically, it's going to be done by Take-Two's. It's a certain label. It's one of the labels under Take-Two Interactive. It's called Private Division. They're the ones behind Kerbal Space Program, Hades, and I forgot the other one. But they have a couple of them, right? But those two, I guess, are the biggest names. Yeah. don't have too much information other than it's an action adventure game, and they did say it would be different from Game Freak's other work, Pokemon. So yeah, they'd released a couple like some project or not project. What's it called? Concept art for it, and like the main one that everyone's been posting, like a lot of like the news sites and everything, are like it's one where it's kind of like in a swamp. It's like some kind of like samurai looking dude. He has like that hat that goes around that circle thingy, and it looks to be like some like kind of like blade. He's standing in like a swamp or like forest looking thing.
And then Shrek's gonna come out and yell, "What are you doing in my swamp?
What are you doing in my swamp?" Yeah, but basically, don't have too much information other than that one like the pictures released and who's doing it. There was some quotes in like some of the articles I read, but I wasn't going to go too deep into that because I really didn't care. It was like mumbo jumbo, like, yeah, we're going to be happy to work with, these guys, they're great developers, etc., etc. Nobody cares, right? Just get the damn game out. Gimme. But anyways,
yes,
and
put it on Steam so I can buy it and never play it.
Yes, put it on Steam so I can buy it, add it to my collection, because as Mitsuki's mentioned several times, I don't play games, I just collect them. I actually play games, but yeah.
You got games.
I have the intention of playing them, okay?
So you do.
Look, and then I tell you guys a lot of times when there's like games that are like for cheap, when there's Steam sales, I'm like, guys, get this now. Or like Humble Bundle, get this now. It's a good cause or whatnot, But anyways, going back to Project Bloom, the only other information I wanted to cover for it is that they do have a quote-unquote planned release date sometime during April 1st, 2025 and March 31st, 2026, which is like forever from now. But keep an eye out for that. Yeah, I think they specifically said like a fiscal year, which whatever that is. But yeah. So yeah, wait for it like 3 or 4 years. We'll see.
Should I point out how many games Game Freak has that aren't Pokemon?
Oh yeah. Well, what'd you find?
19.
No shit. What do they have? You want to name one or two?
Their first game appears to be something called Mendel Palace from 1989.
Yeah. Oh damn. They also have Drill
they
Dozer.
apparently worked on Yoshi, the first Yoshi.
No shit. Crazy.
And funnily enough, they also worked with Sega.
Funny enough, did you know Nintendo used to be a card company?
I think. Yeah, I believe so.
I'm pretty sure you can quote me on that. I'm pretty sure my Nintendo history is good. They started off like a card company. I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, their logo used to have like an ace.
Game Freak used to be a magazine company.
Who?
Game Freak.
Oh, no shit. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. But anyways, moving on. Mitsuki, I was gonna say Cultist. Motherfucker. Dude, he really wanted to be a part of this thing, didn't he? Shit.
Yes, no, he's cursing us right now.
Yeah, he was actually.
I guess I should not have played Jungle last game. It's screwed.
Yeah. Nah. He was gonna join us, but his mom told him to go take him to the store. Anyways.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Those third world countries.
But what do you say? For salad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he answered a phone call from his mom,
laws,
and was like, "Okay, I'll go right now." And I'm like, "Dude, we literally just said we're gonna start recording." He's like, "Do it without me, bro. I don't even talk."
He took my approach for when I did that Sunday.
Yeah, I know. You didn't even wait. I woke up like 15 minutes after, and I was like, "Oh."
I had to, because it was like literally the second that we were told. My mom was getting ready to leave.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, shit.
What do you got, Mitsuki?
Yeah. So, sorry, give me a second here. I'm pulling it up.
And by pulling it up means he's closing out whatever game he was playing.
Yes. No. I'm pulling it up because I have it right here.
Just yanking the chain, bro.
It's Destiny 2 Season of the Deep is coming out soon. It should be in a few days, at least, I'm hoping.
Mm-hmm.
What we're getting is back to Titan, so we're going back to... when they released Lightfall, they voted some of the old areas. We're getting Titan back, which is water area in Mercury.
Very deep.
Yeah, some of the areas are going to be new, hopefully, but we don't know if it's going to be the old area or new area. Some of the content is underwater.
I'm
not
to ask,
sure how they're going to do the underwater content, if they're going to do like a 0G gravity, or if they're going to make it like a walking through mud kind of experience.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to end up with water levels and with a gunplay.
Oh no.
That's going to be fun.
May 23rd, by the way, is the date
map.
that
May 23rd. Sloan, one of the major characters, is back, and what's interesting is they're still a Guardian, but they're port taken. So it's very interesting lore-wise what happened to her and why is she port taken and such.
What
which
does
is
port
nice.
taken mean?
Taken is basically, in Destiny 2 terms, it's like a half ghostly figure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, essentially, she was taken into the realm of the Taken, which is this entire astral realm of darkness and light and whatever.
Taken.
Yeah, it's stupid. The names are stupid, but
Why didn't they just say corrupted or fallen or something?
No, the fallen or the bug people, the insect.
Dude, I wish I can get into Destiny, dude. I really do, but dude,
I played it for a
FPS,
bit, and that's why
the Hive is
that's the one I was
bugs. The Taken are the light dark creatures, and the Fallen are the Shatari or the alien. They skitter around and are scavengers.
Which are the ones that corrupt the Guardians.
So
and the Zerg are. I'm just fucking with you. Go on.
Anyways, so back in Destiny 2, back in the older seasons before they voted the thing, you could go underground. There was this huge ass worm underground that would stare at you. You could see it. Well, apparently now we're getting confirmation that it's the enemy of the witness, and this worm is super important. We need to convince it to go outside. So I look forward to working my way to appease the worm overlords.
Dude, you know what I just realized?
Our new worm overlords.
You know what I just realized?
What?
We have fucking Zelda, right? That just came out like what? I think it was the 12th. Mm-hmm. This is coming out the 23rd, which is a week and change, like 2 weeks maybe, most.
Yeah.
After that, and then doesn't Diablo drop like the beginning of June?
Yep.
Like the
6th,
June 5th or 6th.
And then
June 6th.
FGO. FGO is having an event right now, 5/16 to 6/5, for a summer camp rerun, and then we get the new Lost Belt, which is really awesome. So it's like a bunch of games are dropping and a bunch of new seasons and shit. So it's really, really impressive.
Oh, dude, and then Final Fantasy is like a couple weeks after that too, right? Shit.
Uh-huh.
Oh, dude, fuck. Well, good thing I don't play Destiny then.
But anyways, they're gonna bring exotic armor tuning, ability tuning, they'll bring a new subclass to the Strand. They'll bring exotic focusing, which means we can now form exotics faster and put them how we want them with the stats we want.
And there'll probably be a controversy with it being underwhelming.
They're doing some deep side activation so we can get some red borders for red weapons. The finest Matter Reef and Rainmakers that we used to claim cores in glitters, they're getting taken away now. So, yeah. They're upping the chance of raid exotics. Unfortunately, they're increasing the season price pass from $1,100, which was a $10 buy, to $1,200, which means you need to buy the $20 bundle now.
Let's go, inflation.
I'm annoyed at that. They have new trials, but I don't care about trials. If you care about trials, please go to your nearest Tryhard convention and talk to those people. That's where you belong.
I was expecting you to say go touch some grass.
No, I won't. I don't do trials. I don't do Osiris
it's
shit.
It's a joke, bro. Jesus.
Anyways, there's a new Osiris quest that explains what the veil is, which is something important. But if you actually play through the thing, it explains that the veil is the black heart of the Gordon, or basically this matter creation tool that was super important to the Vex. They're going to also bring in, finally, a new ritual weapon, like they always do. And it's basically the same gun as they've always had, which is Dead Man's Tale. It's called Last Ride, which is a variation of Long Arm, which is a variation of Dead Man's Tale. So, yay for recycling the same exotic.
Let's go. I wonder, would I get anything special if I relogged back into Destiny, considering how long I've been?
No.
Really? There's no welcome back things?
Nope.
No, I wouldn't imagine they welcome back.
I came back to Destiny, and you know what I got told? All your weapons are shit. Everything you have is shit. Go grind new weapons.
Okay.
Also, real quick, guys, just in case, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it just started raining, but huge ass
it's raining?
Water drops here, so it's banging against my window, which is inches away from my mic. So in case you guys hear some weird popping
It's
noises.
raining, man. Hallelujah.
Yeah, basically. It's huge water drops. It's weird.
It's
Sounds like
over
hail,
here?
but it's not even hail.
It's not raining where I'm at.
Actually, something really funny. My friend has just informed me that if you were playing Overwatch 2, they fucked it up. Blizzard has canceled the Overwatch 2 PvE mode that they were going to do.
Nice.
So, breaking news, the Overwatch 2 PvE mode got canceled because Blizzard can't do anything right.
Original content did not be done.
Hey, yes. Junior, we got some breaking news at least, finally.
Let's go. We're ahead of the curve.
Hey,
this is a first for Gamer Pants history.
I don't really have a lot of information for this next one here, so I'm just
going
to
say that information. I'm going to try to look up the Smite collab.
Oh, yeah. So I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say this and not go into it. Amazon is working on a Lord of the Rings MMO.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my disappointment has been refilled.
Yeah. I don't know much about it or anything like that. Obviously, in development, so
I don't know much about it. But from what my experience with Amazon is, they make a new game, it sucks, everyone's disappointed.
Well, yeah, you said your opinion, so you're good. See, because I actually liked New World, it just needed more, And Lost Ark was actually pretty fun. I love the whole thing where there's times to do things, it kind of forces people to kind of interact with each other or get together, you know what I mean? The whole I love the whole ship thing, when you're a little boat and doing little boat events. That's my favorite part of New World. I mean, not New World, Lost Ark. Sorry. Yeah, New World had a good idea. It was a good concept. It just was, I would say, I wouldn't even say poorly executed. I would just kind of would say poorly optimized. Yeah. Because eventually, my biggest gripe, aside from other things, and I don't even think this is an issue on Amazon's part, was the fact that the I don't even know what they're called anymore. The battles for the territories became basically okay, here's me, the captain or whatever, whoever was in charge, picking my 30 closest friends, or people that I like. You could be better geared and better at PvP than some of the people there, but just because they were friends or friends of friends or part of the guild, you're just relegated to the side, and it kind of just made things shitty. So I think they honestly should have had some kind of thing where you can queue yourself up and not have the actual I guess not let the people decide who goes in there, because you basically got shitty things. But I mean, that's also, I guess that could also be seen as that was their goal, their intended goal. If you have shitty people managing this area, you are going to lose it. Yeah. But the issue was that you just never had it was, well, I don't know about never, but it just seemed impossible to actually have someone fight for that territory. If you lost that territory, someone new getting that territory was almost nigh impossible.
My main issue was two things.
Mhm.
If someone fucked up and took over the correct that territory,
Yeah.
you were fucked, and there was nothing you could do about it. You were just stuck. You
Not
had to just
necessarily.
go.
You
Okay,
just have
cool.
you could lose that territory and then reclaim it.
Well, no. Remember what happened? That was what was done, and they lost it, and then we could never reclaim it because they fucked up so hard.
Well, the reason that we could never reclaim it is because a lot of people left the server. And the reason that people were leaving the server was because they did have that grace period where you can, move or change servers or change factions. Because I don't remember, it was like an issue with the game, or they just had to make more servers, things like that. So they had had that time frame where they were like, "Hey, we'll open this up to new servers." I don't know how it's doing now. I know they had server squishes. Was it Lost Ark? Was it New World or Lost Ark? It was New World. Yeah, I think they had server squishes, so I'm assuming they, those things would probably just iron themselves out. But you probably still end up with, the dominating faction. I guess what they could have done is just have but again, that's kind of weird in an MMO. Like have it reset, or have like seasons, like, or something like that. That could be an option, but I don't know if it would be like. I think it would be like poorly received. Not gonna lie, but they could have do something like that. Like they maybe like if you own a territory after 2 months or whatever, you lose that territory or whatnot. It seems weird, but I think that's also like some kind of avenue they could explore. But anyways, we're not here to talk about New World.
Well, I was just pointing out, like, at the end of the day, it got fucked over with how people are, and its PvP content got sabotaged. And at the end of the day, we kind of can't do anything about it.
Yeah. I like the crafting system and how it worked and stuff. I would like to see more variety, because I didn't like that, like the stabs were all the same.
Everything looked the same.
Yeah, the stabs were all basically the same, or every item, like the crafting system, like, while however robust it was, it just also at the same time seemed real basic and plain, because it was like everybody had the same items, essentially.
It was just a shiny rock that used the swords.
Basically. Yeah. So
I just went around just doing grinding.
Like, I'm a fan of like the whole randomized stats, like how the MMOs of old did, like where you had like you could have the same two items, but maybe this one has a slightly better dodge chance or something, something just off by one or something.
So like 7 Days to Die.
Kind of, yeah. But I mean, MMO. Yeah, because it kind of makes you it kind of gives you something to strive for. Like, there's always room for improvement, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
You could get that really, like, you could get like a rare drop, and then maybe just work towards getting that same rare drop again, but maybe with better stats, roll better stat. I like it. It just kind of keeps the gameplay going. But anyways, Junior, did you want to talk about your Smite thing? You have it up?
Well, this comes from the fact that I don't know Smite, but so far all they've given me is just they've added the skins for V-Sojo into the game.
Yes.
And apparently you roll them from chests.
Okay, I was wondering about that, because I sent Junior a link here, because Junior likes VTubers a lot. And I sent him...
And I'm also contractually obligated to play anything that's based on VTubers that I know of.
He loves waifus.
He's contractually obligated by a non-existent contract to play anything with VTubers.
It's in my Gamer Pants contract, even though I did this before Gamer Pants.
He wrote it himself.
He has the hentais of VTuber shit.
The day
he writes his own shit.
Bullshit. I don't draw or write shit.
It would be shitty. Anyways, but essentially Smite's doing a collab with them, right?
Yes.
With V.
Smite doing a collab's nothing new from what I see. But...
Yes, that's kind of like the running theme where like Smite does a collab with the things that are most unexpected. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I love Smite for the sheer randomness it will do those things with.
Mm-hmm.
it's much better than League of Legends with their boring. We have infinite money, but we aren't going to do anything interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say, if you had random collabs with different characters in League, imagine how confusing it'd be to go, oh, hey, I'm being ganked by...
Don't start that bullshit. You know how many fucking times I get Renekton and Rek'Sai's Glacial Augment skins confused?
Glacial Augment is a rune.
The Black Frost.
Yes. Wait, you confuse Renektons and Rek'Sai's?
Renekton,
the splasher
Rek'Sai,
does
and then...
kind of look kind of similar because I mean even Junior Billy, he had Rek'Sai the other day on ARAM, and I was like, I asked Billy because we're in the loading screen and I looked at him having that Black Frost or whatever Rek'Sai or whatever it is, the ice one, and I was like, oh Billy, have you ever tried Rek'Sai? I've been wanting to pick her up, and he's like, I don't know, I've never played her. Actually, I thought I had Renekton.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Like I said, some of those skins are really bad. Look at Nasus, and every fucking skin he has is almost the exact same copy pasta.
Yeah, Mitsuki. Charred Maokai.
Oh God, please no.
It's
that
Malphite.
fucking thing. Yes. That thing got me confused for the longest time until he used the fucking E. I was like, it's me. Okay.
Yeah.
Look how Mitsuki specifically
I picked that skin in Clash the other day because I was like, you know what? Maybe they'll see it in the loading screen and think Malphite and be slightly confused for a couple seconds. I hardly ever use that skin, but I forget I have it, but it really looks like Malphite.
My point remains on... It would be nice for League to do that. You know, visual clarity be damned. Fuck them and those lies.
Yeah. I mean,
I
guess it doesn't matter I was like...
I mean, let's look at Akali, perfect example.
Uh-huh.
Or Riven, or Nidalee and Civil. Nidalee and Civil are the exact same champion until they cast the ability. And then you realize, they're different champions.
I was about to say, didn't they do a collab with something? But no, it was Fortnite, if I'm not mistaken, had the League skins in there, right? Yeah. Yeah, it was the other one. So they lent their characters out, not
the other way around.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest, I've never heard of the names of any of the Smite characters, and so far it appears to just be the name of gods from
they're gods. It's really it's the theme around it. It's gods.
Yeah. No, but I mean in terms of names original.
Yes. But anyways, Smite has a
we will
collab. I think it started
Smite
already, right? So if you're listening to this, it's in.
Yes.
Yeah. Let us know how
I had today off,
16th.
so that's why I was able to join them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, I guess, do you have anything else? I have one more thing, which is that thing we talked about.
The last thing I have is...
Get that out of the way.
Junior is now a jungle main, so if you see him in jungle,
we can
leave that start crying.
But yes.
That's not really news, but okay.
Yeah. Last news thing is that okay, I'll say the last news thing, and then we can move on. Last news thing we got is that this ASUS, I don't even know how to say this, ROG Ally. ROG Ally, ASUS, the ASUS Ally, got its price and release date revealed, I guess you could say. They've been teasing this thing. I guess tease is not the same right thing. They announced it on freaking April Fools. People thought it was fake, but apparently it's real. They legitimately said not an April Fool's joke on their tweet. But they announced that it's coming out, and they released the prices. There's 2 tiers. There's I guess 2 different models. There's the normal one, the standard one for $5.99 USD, I think. Yeah. And then there's a higher end one, which is going to be $6.99. $699. My bad.
Can I say something?
Yes.
With those prices, they might as well have made it an April Fool's joke.
Yeah. I don't have all the specs for it, but essentially they're both going to have the same 512 gigs of storage. And then I think people were comparing it because obviously it's competitor, or I guess the biggest competition that it will have is Steam Deck, right? And people were comparing it. Thank you. I did watch a couple. You're good. I'm still not gonna edit this shit out. I did watch a couple YouTube videos of like tech channels, I guess doing side by side comparisons with them. And overall, from what I saw, and I was telling Junior about this because he asked me about this right before we recorded, I did not see too many differences. Like there were some differences, like as far as load times, but there were like 5-6 seconds, maybe between the both with the games. As far as like a technical standpoint, I did not see too much of a difference between the Steam Deck and I'm just gonna call it the Ally. The Ally. The price point is almost on par. I think if I'm not the $699, I think the Steam Deck's what, like $649, so it's like $50 difference. So in my opinion, that's basically the same shit, right? The only difference or the only thing is that on release, the release date, I didn't even cover the release date. The release date's June 13th, right, which is coming up. But on release date, it's only going to be the higher end model. The lower end model does not have an actual date. It just says Q3 2023. So not that far off, I think. So it would be what's that? August through September or October?
August.
Wait.
Area.
They're really putting the
July?
cheaper model out later.
July, August, September. It's Q3. Yeah, so they came out with the higher end model, and then the low end model is going to come out. I think it's $100 difference. I actually don't. What is the difference, anyways, between it? I don't know. I'd have to look at the specs.
I believe, like we set it up like this. Steam Deck is basically a more advanced Steam website.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about the difference between the two models of the Ally. Sorry.
Yeah, but I'll refer to how we describe it. Like the Ally is basically just a portable laptop.
Yeah, he said, like, Junior was asking me what's the difference between them, and I was like, honestly, from I think I watched like 3 or 4 videos from tech YouTube channels, kind of showing side by side comparisons and whatnot, and without getting to the actual technical specifications of it, but like just watching the speeds it was at, the frame rates. I watched the battery life, the amount of GPU usage it was taking and CPU usage that it was taking while running the same games respectively at the same times. There were some slight differences, like let's say if the Ally was taking up like 80% of the GPU power, then and the Steam Deck was running like at 81%, but it was like a 1% in difference. So slight differences, in my opinion, not enough to warrant bugging out about which one you're going to get, right, in my opinion. But that's just me, because
they're almost the same.
But I think I'm also like pretty qualified to say these things, and because like I spent quite a lot of time working with PCs and building them myself and getting parts and comparing and contrasting them. So like there is small differences. Like I said, I have not gone into the actual like the hardware differences between. I don't know the hardware differences or the hardware specifications on the Ally. I know the majority of the Steam Deck ones, but the Ally I do not. So I might have to look into that later and see what exactly is under the hood. But like Junior said, the main differences is that obviously the Steam Deck is a Linux based OS, and the Ally, if I'm not mistaken, is running Windows 11. Right? Yes.
Yeah, it's running Windows.
Oh, I see I see I'm reading the differences between the higher end model and the lower end model. So the base version is going to be an AMD Ryzen Z1 APU, and the higher version is going to be Ryzen Z1 Extreme APU. Okay, I'm not too familiar on the difference between them. We don't actually have the. Okay, cool. It's just one's extreme and one's not. Boom. That's it. Oh, it says the screen, the RAM, and everything else is identical from between them. So it's literally just the CPU, right? Or is that a graphics card? Huh. So honestly, I wouldn't mind getting the lower version. But anyways, and then I did mention to Junior that like obviously Steam has its own personal Steam I guess
OS.
Yeah, that it uses, or not. Would it be OS or would it be like a UI? I guess I'm not really sure how it runs.
Well, I mean, I think it would just be big picture mode.
Yeah, it is. Well, I think it's like kind of like a modified big picture mode, because it's not necessarily big picture mode like entirely, is it?
No, but like
it's kind of, it's similar.
Let's just call it the Steam OS. It has
It's
own
UI.
custom OS.
Yeah. So, but I think Junior said that they were willing to put it on the Ally, which I've seen some tweets
Yeah, it
like
says, it even says right here that
Steam.
they're like pushing their
Like they were going to be basically
Linux-based
offering up like,
gaming
hey,
OS
like
for anyone to use.
Oh, okay. But so like I know I've seen like tweets of like these Steam Deck, Twitter congratulating the Ally on its release or like its announcement and so whatnot. So I know they're like kind of happy for it. And I was telling Junior they probably don't even care. Like as long as people are buying Steam games to play on the
I
Ally,
think
and they're
honestly,
making profit.
what the main thing is,
Mhm.
they're happier if there's competition because it means more people are going to get into Steam, and
Or
more
like that
people who
portable
may
gaming
not be
thing.
Steam players will
Mhm.
be Steam players.
Yeah.
And to
That
them,
and
that's
also
good.
it pushes like that mobile kind of mobile PC gaming, you know, further up into like the eyes of people that probably are not looking at it specifically because they're skeptical about it and whatnot.
Yep.
You know, so it's just pushing their product essentially. Competition is good.
Put Steam on there.
Because I'm going to say it honestly, I think the Steam Deck is a colossal waste of money for Steam.
You think
Not
so?
like a waste of money,
like,
but
yeah,
like a loss leader.
yeah, it's kind of like it's not profitable, I would say.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
It would be like Steam basing
It's
all
not
their
profitable at
profits.
all, I think. And
Mhm.
they're fine with that because it leads them to be, at least let's say, a guy who only played with tablet and mobile sees this and it's like, oh, you know what? I want to try that because it looks like fun. I can play it while
Yeah.
I'm doing my work and my job. So he takes it and ends up buying like $300 worth of Steam games.
That and also like let's just say, you know, people that have always been console gamers and just kind of, you know, interested in PC gaming, or a lot of the or have friends that play, you know, PC games or Steam games, not specifically Steam, but PC games, right? And they see that, hey, well, this is quite similar to a console because it literally has the two joysticks, and it feels good. You know, it feels pretty. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Junior. It doesn't feel like I thought it was going to feel wonky to hold. You know, kind of like how the. I'm not gonna lie, it feels better than holding a Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels. It has some weight to it that you would think would make it more uncomfortable, but it feels great. Like
yeah, it actually feels.
The only weird
good.
thing is like, what do you use the D-pad for? On the left side. I also feel
use
like
it,
maybe
I use it a lot for like menu scrolling. I use a D-pad more than
like I do say maybe it's a bit weird they have it on the
Pad on
buttons
top.
of that D-pad on the side, but
Yeah.
honestly, it's fine.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I use the D-pad for Sunhaven. I moved with the D-pad instead of the joystick.
I've yet to try Sunhaven on Steam Deck, but it's like,
yeah.
I was gonna say
it works.
Something.
Yeah. Also, I think I was browsing on Reddit for the Ally, and in regards to the Ally, so don't quote me on this. This is Reddit information. But
Vote him.
Junior did ask about like I guess would be third party launchers. You know, like Honkai's.
Like, say I wanted to run Minecraft. How could I do that? Because I know you've sent a video that like how to put Minecraft on Steam Deck, but
yeah, like Steam Deck is a little bit convoluted because first of all, I mean it's the Linux. I think it's just the Linux thing on it, honestly. But from what Reddit was saying was because it used Windows 11, basically any other launchers would be kind of just run, you know, natively on there because it's Windows 11. So
you just have to set up the controls.
Yeah, theoretically, you could use League on there. And you know the cool thing about it, like, and like I didn't think about this when I got the Steam Deck, but the cool thing is that you can legit connect your mouse and keyboard to it. You know, like if you have a dongle that has like that splits it, the USB on the top, the charging port. You know, obviously you can have a dock, but like you can take that. Like if you wanted to take like your Steam Deck and just have like a little stand for it and play that. Like let's say if you're freaking going to be doing something like I say for Junior, for example, if he has class, but like he has like maybe like a 2-hour gap or something between two classes, you can literally just chill with a Steam Deck with a mount, like maybe like a smaller like form factor, little tiny
or
even a wireless keyboard. You know, you could use wireless keyboards on there and stuff, but you could take the keyboard and mouse and play like that, you know, which is kind of cool.
It would suck.
Damn, Junior on Steam Deck. I don't want to see that.
Well, what's up, Junior?
It would suck because you would have to lean it on your own case, so it's like your kind of puddle up there.
Yeah, well, I mean, they do have there's one Steam Deck like a wrap basically that has the stand, like the old phone stands, the little kickstand.
Mm-hmm.
They have that.
Mm.
Yeah, and obviously you have the whole dock. Like it's just like a small dock. It's not like as big as the
Switch.
Yeah, it literally just leans on it.
Mm. I will say though, one thing that does look about Steam Deck, and this really isn't a problem with the thing itself, but it's more the fact that a lot of old games will never be updated to
think so?
be like innately Steam Deck compatible.
Yeah, but I do like that even when they're not like Steam Deck verified, like they still work technically. Like
yeah,
it's not all that bad. Like the issue is mainly like the screen's too small. Which I did not mention that the resolution between the two is different. Steam Deck, don't quote me on its resolution, but I think it's like something by 800. Right, it's like 1280 or some shit like by 800, right? And then the Ally is 1920 1080. Sorry, proceed.
Yeah, well, because like what I was referring to is like there are probably some old games like I know there's a dump to put up, but it's like the Neptunia game. I haven't played it, but like in theory there shouldn't be no issues. It's just moving around, but you have apparently an input issue. The reason it's not Steam Deck compatible. Let me look at it. But like it'll never be updated because it's an old game.
Yeah,
it's not.
You should just try playing it anyway, see if it runs.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. I think it's fine if some games don't get ported to Steam Deck because at the end of the day, they're trying their best, but there's only so much you can do. You know what I mean?
And also, Junior, it's technically like saying like, I hate the PS5 because technically, yeah, PS1 games are never going to be updated.
Well, not well, like.
Yeah, kind of.
I'm not trying to make that an example.
Yeah, I know.
But
I get you. You want the compatibility to be there. Which, I mean, you never know. Maybe it will. Maybe it's just an issue that they can fix pretty easily. So, anyways, y'all guys got any more news?
Nah, I think that's about it, to be honest.
Nah.
Yeah. I don't really have anything to talk about what we've been playing. We just tried some 7 days. It's going decently.
Yes, we just finished the first Fortnite today.
Yeah. I feel like there was something I wanted to cover. Oh, the Zelda thing. I tried playing Zelda. Okay, let me just cover this real quick. I got a
So if you don't want any Legends of Zelda spoilers, you can
go
now.
It's not Legends of Zelda spoilers.
I'm pretty sure you didn't get that far.
Yeah, no. So it involves around with like getting it and stuff. So I got it for Trista because she's like a huge freaking Zelda fan, right?
She speedrunned Breath of the Wild just for.
Yeah, she was literally like playing. She started playing like the Breath of the Wild fucking like 4 days beforehand or something like that, just to prep. And she also did Skyward Sword before that. So yeah, she was cramming in Skyward Sword and Breath of the Wild. But anyways, I had pre-ordered it for her at Best Buy. I was gonna go pick it up, but then for some reason, when I was before going to Best Buy that day, the day before, I went to Target and I heard that some girl was like, "Hey, yeah, something about a gift bag," and I was like, "Gift bag?" And the Target employee was like, "No, we don't have any, but if anything, it's gonna be these two Targets, in this other town that's really close by, So I was like, I work in this other town that's close by. And so I went to work the next day. It was extremely light, and I was like, dude, can I just go? And the supervisor was like, sure, cool. So I left early. I worked for like 1 hour, and then I left, and I saw that Target was opening. So I get there, and there's like 3 like super hardcore Zelda fans in front of me, and I was like, cool. So I was fourth in line. And long story short, they hurried up to go because they were there for like the collector edition and the amiibo. Apparently, there was an amiibo that was limited, extremely limited, that was released for the Tears of the Kingdom. And I was like, you know what? Trista probably doesn't care about the amiibos, but it's close to Mother's Day. It was Mother's Day weekend, essentially. I was like, I'll get her one. So I go, and I was like, I'll get her the collector's edition too. So I go, and I get because Trista was working that day, but she was working like an 11 a.m. shift. So essentially, if I waited for the Best Buy one to come out, she would have no time to play because I would get home, 30 minutes after getting it, and she would have to go to work, right? Essentially, she would like put the game in and maybe download the little pre-download you have to do, right? Yeah. So I was like, you know what? If I go, since I'm leaving early from work, I'll go at 8 and give her like 3 hours to play 9, 10, 11. Yeah, like about 2.5 hours to play, which is good, right?
I always feel bad.
Yeah. So I got her the collector edition, which was funny because like there was like very limited ones. So like these 3 like Zelda like hardcore like fans, right? They're like basically speed walking. They wanted to run, but the employee was like, no running in the store. It was like they run kind of or like speed walk to the area where all the games are at, like where the actual Switch games are at. But I was just like calmly walking because I was like, there's only like 5 or 6 of us here. There's no way, because the previous day the Target employee at the other Target, right, Target A, said that they had 7 copies of the collector's edition and 6 amiibos. And so I was like, I'm not even worried, I'm 4th in line, whatever, right? So they run, and then I just calmly walk, and I'm like, oh look, there's a guy with a shopping cart, an employee with a shopping cart right by the checkout. So I just walk casually towards that. And obviously one of the guys gets in front of me, and then a second guy was kind of like spaghetti because he's like, I was here before everybody. I just want to make sure I get what I came for. And I was like, dude, you want to go in front of me? You're good. Like I saw that in the shopping cart, he had like 9 freaking collector editions, and I really didn't care if I got an amiibo or not. So, but they did ask about the amiibo, and they were like, yeah, we have the amiibo. And he pulled out 2 boxes, and each box had 3. So essentially they had 6 as well. So it's like, dude, I'll be 3rd. I don't care. Cool. I'll get an amiibo and a thing. And it came with a hip bag. So apparently, I mean, I know that when people when there's pre-order releases, like or day 1 releases, they had like different places had different things. So Best Buy had like a poster or something like that, right? That released to them. Walmart had a damn wall scroll. I'm like, dude, I wanted that scroll. It looked kind of cool. And this other place, I think it's like GameStop had like a metal one or something. I don't know. They had like different things, right? But Target had I didn't know what it was, but I heard a customer the day before saying like a bag, and I was like, cool. Like, I don't care. Like even if it's like a random like cheap tote, Trista would fucking love it. She loves, like I'm telling you, she loves Zelda. So apparently it's a hip bag, so a fanny pack, but it looks kind of nice. And Trista was like, I think I can stretch this out to kind of use it as a clutch because it fits my phone in there. So yeah, so like she put it kind of like over her shoulder and kind of like like down like opposite shoulder, I guess you could say, and had it there. And she's like, I'm going on an adventure. So it was like strapped across her like shoulder, across her chest. And yeah, so she liked that. I got the amiibo, and then I couldn't cancel the Best Buy order, so I went that same day. I was like, well, I'm gonna go stand in line and stand by for the amiibo, right? Or for the Best Buy one. So I was like, I got the collector's edition and I got a basic one, and like I guess I'll play it side by side with Trista, right? I was excited for that. And when I'm there waiting in line at Best Buy, the guy behind me, there was like 10 people in front of me and like 10 people behind me. The guy behind me was like, yeah,
hopes and dreams.
Yeah, the guy behind. Well, I had a pre-order it already, so I didn't really care. It was just a basic one, so I didn't really care. I was just there because I could not cancel the order.
Oh, I met your Switch when you got home.
Oh yeah. So I'm getting there. So when I'm in line at, I kind of feels kind of scummy for this, but when I'm in line at Best Buy, give me a sec. I need a cough real quick. While I'm in line, there's this guy behind me. He looks rather douchey, by the way. He comes up in like his car and fucking loud music. Y'all know the Valley, right? So
yes,
I'm surprised his lights aren't flashing bright. Oh wait,
I'm surprised he isn't wearing the douchebag glasses.
He had the douchebag pants and the douchebag pointy shoes and douchebag cap.
What about the haircut?
And the haircut.
That's how you know. That's how you know.
And I was like, I was confused. I'm like, this guy coming up to play this Zelda, but like, I'm not gonna judge. But like, yeah, sure enough, like the guys in front of me talking about the Zelda thing, talking about trying to get the collector edition, the amiibos. I'm like, oh dude, y'all should have been at the Target, dude. Over here, I got the amiibo and the collector edition, and I didn't pre-order that shit. And they're like, oh, for real? Like, yeah, you got it yesterday? I'm like, no, I got it today in the morning. Like, oh damn, like we saw that they were up for sale online for like 30 minutes or something, but they canceled all the orders. I'm like, oh, I got one. I didn't even know about the amiibos, right? So then I'm just casually on my phone, and the guy behind me was, I don't know who he was talking to, but he was just like, man, I hope they have it. I heard they had the Majora's Mask amiibo too, but they only have one. And I was like, I look online, placed an order for the one Majora's Mask amiibo that Best Buy had.
Why? Eno is petty. That's what I'm learning today. Eno is petty,
Yeah. Why?
If you piss Eno off, he's just gonna take your shit and leave.
It was nothing against the guy whatsoever. It's just, I was
sure.
like, Trista might like this, because I didn't think about it, and I was like, that guy probably. And then he didn't even get in line, because they were sending anyone that had pre-orders. They told him, get in line to go to the customer service and pick up your order, right? He just went straight to the game section. He was just looking for the amiibos. He wanted the Tears of the Kingdom amiibo, and I'm assuming the Majora's Mask one, because he said, I heard they had one. I don't know if he, for all I know, he already has the Majora's Mask one, right? He was just making a point that they had one. But I placed the order and I got it that same day. I was like,
is it this one?
The one with the little mask and the Goron mask?
Yes.
Yeah, that one. And Trista doesn't have them, and Trista doesn't have these amiibos, right? And she just loves figurines. Like honestly, for Christmas or Mother's Day or Valentine's or something. Whenever I need to give her a gift or whatever, her birthday, I get her some kind of figurines or it's either Zelda merch. She loves, if it's not makeup or something like that she wants, right? If it's something that she hasn't dropped hints on or whatever, I get her merch that she likes, like Zelda or Harry Potter stuff, because she loves Harry Potter. She loves Zelda, obviously. And recently, I'll get her her last year for her birthday, God of War. What is it, Ragnarok? Right? The new one. The new one. God of War came out more or less around our birthdays, right? Because we were the same. We share the same birthday week, so it came out around our birthdays, right? November, and so I got her that, right? And I've gotten her. I think I got her the PS5. I got her Assassin's Creed. She loves the Assassin's Creed franchise. She knew nothing about Assassin's Creed, God of War, beforehand, but I got her those. What's the other one? Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West. Loves those games, so I just get her things that I know she'd probably, or I think she'd probably like and enjoy, and have her play the games. And yeah, it's with Sun Haven. I was like, hey, do you want to play some Sun Haven? It's pretty cool. Just join us, the family. It was just kind of going to be an off thing. She fucking loves Sun Haven. She loved it more than our kid. I wanted to play with our kid. So our kid was like, yeah, Mom, you should play with us. And so we kind of guilt-tripped her to playing it. And now she likes it more than anybody else.
Damn.
But yeah. So yeah, I just got her the amiibo because I was like, you know what? I know she loves Majora's Mask. So I figured she would like the amiibo. And after I placed the order, I was like, that seems kind of asshole of me, but oh well, whatever, right? Maybe they'll have some legitimately in stock. I didn't think I was gonna get it. I thought they were gonna cancel it. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna try it because I wasn't gonna get out of line and wait another 20 people behind me or whatever the fuck.
What you could have done was at least lie when they tell you. You just be like, no, I already knew they had one, so I placed a pre-order.
No, well, that's the thing. He wasn't talking to anybody. He was just kind of talking out loud because he wasn't part of the conversation the other guys were having, and he was just behind me and he was just out loud, just not even super loud. He was just talking. He was like, yeah, they have the Majora's Mask amiibo. Honestly, I could
he had his Bluetooth in his thing and he was actually talking to someone.
Probably
buy it.
Yeah, I could see that because if I had a nickel for how long I just keep my headphones in.
Yeah.
And with him being a douchebag,
But anyways, the point is, I got it. I don't know if he did because apparently they had all the amiibos at the checkout. They're like, if you need amiibo, they're over here at the checkout. They're like, and then they asked do you have any for pre-orders? It's if you have pre-orders, we have them over here, but we also have some other non-pre-orders at the checkout. So if you want the amiibos, they're at checkout, or if you haven't pre-ordered, the game, we have some more at checkout. So even if you didn't pre-order, but you got there early, you were still getting some people still got the amiibos, and some people still had were able to get the game, even if they didn't pre-order it and whatnot. So they had some reserved, they have the reserved for the pre-ordered, and then they had some extra ones. So yeah. But this I don't even know if this Majora's Mask one is hard to find or not. For all I know, it's just there. I know nothing.
From
of
what
it.
I'm seeing online, it's hard to find.
Is it? Well, there you go. Well, I have it. It's sitting in my living room. It's still in the box. She hasn't even used it.
All I know
But it's probably
is
going to stay in the box because she likes them. Like she collects them.
it's probably not going to stay rare for long, but
Yeah.
that's fine.
I see one at Best Buy. It's out of stock for $15.99. I could get one on Amazon or eBay. Like, I'm sure this is an old amiibo. I guess they just reprinted it.
It is an old amiibo. Yeah, it has like the back of the box has like a branding for the Breath of the Wild. It's like, oh, activate this on the Breath of the Wild. You know, it has a. If I'm not mistaken, it has like a Wii U picture on it on the back, like where it scans.
Let's just cut it right there. That's it. We don't need to bring up the Wii U.
But basically, like, I just got it because, you know, one, I know she loves Majora's Mask. I would say it's probably like her second favorite, because I know she loves Ocarina of Time, but I don't know which one she likes better. For me, Majora's Mask is my favorite Zelda game, but mostly because it's the only one that I played 100% through. Not the only one, because I have now played Twilight Princess, but I used to watch my cousin play all these games, and I never really had the opportunity to play because Junior knows my brothers hate adventure games. They you know, they don't like it. You know.
They play COD and sports.
Yes.
Wait, is it Madden? I think it's Madden.
They do play Madden. They play NBA 2K. They do play FIFA. Yes, they do racing games, fighting games. Not so much recently fighting games and Call of Duty.
I have never seen them play a fighting game.
They used to a lot, yeah. But it's just nowadays fighting games aren't really that big, you know. But they used to play like Marvel vs. Capcom, Street Fighter. My older brother Nuno likes Street Fighter. Yeah. But yeah. And then they were like huge, like Need for Speed. Alex still plays Forza. That's like his thing. Like he would literally buy Forza when it comes out if he could. Yeah. But that's all I had. I just wanted to give you my story of how my morning went on release day for Tears of the Kingdom and how I ended up with 2. Oh, wait, no, there was a little bit more. So I ended up with 2, right? And I started playing on my daughter's Switch because I don't know where the other Switches are. I think my sister has one. My sister doesn't live with me, but she has one. And then Jasmine has the Switch Lite. So I started playing on Boogie's Switch. And I know a while back she said that, you know, the ribbon for the left Joy-Con was sticking out. I tucked it back in. I checked it out. It wasn't, you know, disconnected or anything like that. She said that she pulled it wrong, or my other daughter pulled it wrong. I don't know. She gave some weird excuse. It just seemed shady. I think she dropped it. But she wasn't supposed to have it off the dock anyway, so she probably lied. But whatever. Neither here nor there. So I started playing, right? And obviously you need the L to use what, I don't even know what they're called, like your gadgets, right? Like from Breath of the Wild, you know, you have your tools basically.
Wasn't the left click? Oh no, wait. Like left click for targeting or something?
No, that's ZL. Yeah, that's a Z targeting. This is literally what it was called in like all the Zelda games, the original ones, the 64 games, Z targeting. So yeah, but no, the L key is to use like the cycle through your gadgets or whatever to use your gadgets. So I play the game and, you know, I get like whatever, like 5-10 minutes in, and, you know, I'm dicking around a little bit, and I get to a point where I actually have to use a gadget to get through, you know, progress through the story. And I am clicking it and it's not working. And apparently it's not working. And I open up the Joy-Con. I'm looking at all the things. Everything's seated correctly. So I think the actual, like the button itself is broken, and which is why it led to my assumption that probably dropped it. Because also on the back of the Joy-Con, right where the little button is, where you have to like press it to like release the Joy-Con, there's a small crack, and I'm like, it doesn't really happen so easily. So there has to be some excessive force. And it's a it's like a hairline fracture. Like you can barely see it. Yeah. So if you're not looking for it, you'll miss it. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah. So yeah, there's that. And I could have sworn I had an extra Pro Controller, but I don't know. I know my daughter has one, but I tried it. It has drift because she does not take care of it. She leaves it anywhere in her room, on the bed, face down. So it has some drift. So yeah. So I'm not going to use that. And I could just use my big, huge, like, Pro Controller Joy-Cons. That's what I call them. Pro Joys. But I don't know. I guess like the want, or the kind of like the excitement to play kind of already fizzled out. So I just have it there. I want to play, but every time I want to play, I get ready. I pull it out and everything, turn it on, and I put on a YouTube video to watch in the background, quote unquote background, and I end up so much into the YouTube video that I just can't concentrate on Zelda. And I've
You
been
can
picking it up.
send a copy to me if you want.
I was originally just gonna be like, June, do you want Zelda? But whatever. But then I was like, and then
in
I
all
was
honesty, I'm not that interested in playing the game.
exactly.
I've never
I was
played.
like,
I never played, which is funny because a ROG friend of mine offered to hold a copy of the Amiibos and the collector edition for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not interested, and I'm like, oh,
yeah.
I'm
And
like,
then weird fact, but I met one of my daughter's therapists like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and he apparently is really into Zelda too. And him and Trista started talking, like while he was leaving, he was like literally out the door, he was like on his hand on the doorknob, and he was like started talking about Zelda. Then he asked me about the Steam Deck and started talking about games for another like 10-15 minutes. So I was like, you know what, if he ever comes by and I have it there, I was just gonna give it to him, like, here you go, bro, you want to play Tears of the Kingdom? Because I know he was excited, but like he probably has his own copy. I barely met
you
this
never
guy.
know.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, whatever. But I've been playing it, like it's still the thing. I turn it on and I play like 5 minutes at a time, but I'm still very much like 30 minutes into the game right now,
It's like a woodpecker pecking the biggest tree that's ever lived.
It's a gaming tree. It's the whole Star Ocean thing, which I still haven't done. All the tactics games, but I mean, I will say the tactics games, since I do love tactics,
he does not play games. He merely collects.
I have played the tactics games a lot more than I have the other ones, but yeah.
Wow.
Star Ocean. The issue with Star Ocean was that I told you guys I was getting dizzy from it, and I got really bad one day, so that's why I haven't played it. But I think it would be good on a Steam Deck. I have been playing a Steam Deck game. Well, not Steam Deck game, but I have been playing a game on the Steam Deck. It's called Chained Echoes. It's pretty fun.
I tried Vampire Survivors.
I'm looking at the timer. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, really I peeked at it too.
Yep, me too. It was like 20 minutes of Breath of the Wild there.
We're at 40 minutes and suddenly gone.
Yes. But you know what? You know what I love? That I'm not going to edit this. So it's the same for me. That's why I just kept going. I was like, I don't really care.
So what? I just said I tried Vampire Survivors and I can see why Holocure built its quality of life features the way it did.
Yes. Boom. Anything else? Nobody?
Cultist? Last thing. Cultist wanted everyone to know that he wants some sausage. That is all.
He wanted kind of sausage, yeah. Cultist is going to be playing... we played Clash this weekend for League of Legends, and for some reason I went support.
I had such a great day.
For some reason I went support. Junior didn't play, Mitsuki didn't play. It was me, Cultist, and a couple other friends. I was relegated to... Well, we weren't. We were going to do the podcast, but you left to go eat carne. And so I improvised. I was like, you know, guys, you want to do... Since we don't have the actual team here.
And they were supposed to get me in, but everyone else jumped the gun. So when I got on my game, I didn't even get to join, which was great for me because I got to sit back and criticize.
He took a spectator role. Yeah.
I always try to
they did not lose Junior. They had Junior in spirit.
Gotcha. I hate you.
But yeah,
okay.
Essentially. And
question: who's worse, Skitch or me?
Skitch. Because well, you fuck up because you go, oh well, I guess I'll just stay here, or you get quiet, or you fuck up because you misjudge something. Skitch is worse because he gets overconfident and assumes I can do it.
I was gonna say maybe Skitch because Junior, when you're behind at least. So you're like, I'm not gonna do shit. I can't do shit to him. I'm not gonna win that. Skitch is like, I got this.
And
boom,
all
dies.
Few times
I got this. Booms. And he throws his body. He keeps throwing his body at them and dies.
There are a few times Junior will teleport to bot lane and actually do a gank, or he'll show up for Dragon. Meanwhile, watching Skitch, he did not show up at all.
So I would put it like this. Mechanically,
I'm more macro than Skitch.
Mechanically, he's a little bit better, but I guess overall, I would rather have you.
I would rather have the idiot who goes back when he needs to than the man who says, no, he's going to be behind me and dives the tower.
Don't say that, because Junior does not go back when he needs to.
90% of the time he does. There's just, for some reason, there's a
10%. It's more like 75, maybe 65%.
Well, there's a small part of his brain that seems to have this idea that he's a god, and he stays with like 100 HP for auto attack and ignite. Calm would kill him, and he's like, I'm okay, I'll be fine.
Yep. I think it happens a lot more on Mordekaiser. I guess he puts too much faith in the shield.
He puts too much faith in his Mordekaiser sometimes.
Yeah. But anyways,
I also really didn't expect to literally get hit by 100% of that fucking Yasuo skews.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Yasuo, your melee. Your Q puts you in an animation lock. You should expect to get hit by every Q.
Yeah, he should have missed that.
He didn't. I was forced to back away from the wave, and he would just E, Q, gone, and he'd always hit me.
Yep.
That's what I get when I go up against a fucking platinum Yasuo in Clash, because fuck me.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Also, you are also very, very, very predictable. You're going to either wave Q it. You got to change it up a little bit.
I want to see Cultist and Junior fight each other top lane 1v1 to see who. I'd pay money for that.
So basically, what culminated after the clash was that I was thinking, why the heck did I go support when I could have just ADC'd? Because Cultist went support. I mean ADC, and I was like, we had like zero agency there, and I was like, it kind of made me useless because I wasn't getting the money.
Your support picks were trash too.
Well, the first one was good. We carried that one. And
the Maokai was good. Then you went Shaco and what's his name?
Was the third one. I did Shaco.
Yeah, I know Shaco, and
they just kind of gave up.
The last one was
Fiddlesticks.
Fiddlesticks. I was confused why you would pick Fiddlesticks in the support row when he's been nerfed and gutted out of that row because Riot didn't want him being.
He has one of the highest win rates as support right now.
He has it for the people who play him as support.
But
for anyone else who hasn't played him as support as a main, it's trash.
I do play him as support though. Like he was one of my top supports.
The last time you played support, Fiddlesticks had a bouncing E.
No. Junior, you want to tell him? You want to tell him about your support, Fiddlesticks?
I tried it.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Yeah.
Fiddlesticks is fun, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, and the thing is, I was winning that out. Like we were winning that bot lane.
I could play jungle Fiddlesticks.
We were winning that bot lane. I had pretty good. Like any of the team fights we were in was when I got them. Like we were pretty good. What started falling apart was when I was like, "Hey guys, I have like this much." Or like I would go in for a gank, and Moy for some reason would hit the blast cone, not the blast cone, the Scryer's Bloom, and I'm like, dude, I had the lineup, I had the ult, like the free ult on Victor mid. I was like, why would you like hit that Scryer's Bloom and basically say, "Hey, I'm here for a gank"?
Because
and he just kind of give it away, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Okay, I'm gonna say something that's gonna offend some people and listeners. I know you're out there.
Yeah,
you jungle mains are idiots a lot of the time because you think, oh, at this moment there's nothing to do. Let me hit this Scryer's Bloom. Let me hit this blast cone. Let me just run through mid because there's nothing for me to do.
Like you give away your position.
All you do when you do that is you ruin your support's ganks, you ruin your support's vision, you do everything to make it harder on them because now who spent 3 minutes lining up a fucking gank and getting everything prepped ahead of time. Okay. Well, I'm not saying you sat there for 3 minutes. I'm saying like you got everything prepped ahead of time. Got into position, and then I saw him hit the broom, and it's like, oh, so they know you're there now.
Yeah.
They know someone's heal. Cool. So top lane's gonna back off, and mid lane's gonna back off because they don't want to get ganked.
Yeah. And the issue was that like whenever I did go for a gank, they're sure we got some kills or whatever mid or at Dragon, but Cultist just got splatted. I'll be like, Cultist, I'm going mid. Or back up, Cultist.
Why is Cultist playing Aphelios?
Oh, he's like, Cultist, I know, the hardest one. It's weird. But I was like, Cultist, I'm going mid. Or like I'll be there mid, and I'm like, Cultist, back up, careful. Because I see them kind of pushing, like they're like pressing hard. I'm like, Cultist, back up. Yeah,
I'm just imagining you saying that.
3 seconds later, dies. Like, I'd be like, back up. I know. Dies in like 5 seconds. I'm like, Cultists, back up. They're coming in for you. Like, they're at the tri-bush. He stays there by the tower, like half health. I'm like, bro,
can I say one last thing?
Yo.
My main irritation with Stitch was I warned him, don't fuck it up because you're going to feed Jax and then Jax is going to delay Aphelios every time and you're done. And he goes in and fed the Jax and Aphelios did not exist from the game after minute 10.
Dude, I hated it, dude. I was like, guys, like we're like posturing for like Drake or something. I'm like, guys, I have 10 seconds for my ult. Wait. No, they go in. I'm like, what the fuck? And by the time my ult is ready, like, sure, I could ult in, maybe get 1 kill, but by that, like, the team's dead. Like, what good is gonna be? You know? Not worth. I would just save it for the next fight.
This was Brian whenever you said it. Brian, I'm going mid.
Nah, that's the support
also,
mentality.
Can I say one sentence?
Yeah, one more, and we can call it.
The Clash game that we were in, if I'd have put Nasus, I don't think that Jax would have done shit.
Yeah, but he was since then.
he was passive as fuck. He did not in any way try to fight me.
Is that when we played Singed or what?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh. Dude, I was just joking. Like, I was like, yeah, just play Singed, hear me out. But yeah. Like, if you felt comfortable on something else, like, I just give suggestions.
Here's the thing, I didn't want to pick Nasus because it's like, he was a silver, A. B, it's Nasus. C, it's Jax.
Can I say something?
I'm not dealing with that shit.
Jax versus Nasus is very much a skill matchup.
Are you sure?
Yeah, your Wither should probably like
your Wither denies his engage
because he needs to auto attack you. Like he's kind of like Jinx. He has ramping attack speed essentially, right? Like Jinx. So like if you Wither him, he's just gonna his passive is kind of like shit.
Yes, but I still need to deal damage to him, and that's where and also the early game. I did not want to deal with that shit, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Someone's telling me Sin somehow magically wins this. I mean, I can see the theory, but
magically. The whole point is that you gotta time the fling.
I could see the theory on how it works, but one game isn't just gonna magically say, "Oh yay, Sin
you're
wins."
Also not like fully skilled. Like you haven't played Singed enough to actually know what to do with him.
But like, if I'd have also known that this Jax was as passive as he was, I would have gone Nasus. It would have been a stomped. That's how confident I feel about that one.
Yep,
but I wouldn't have known without playing that game.
All right. Well, I guess enough rambling from us, me specifically. Do you want to do the thing, Junior?
You may now take off your gamer pants.
Yes, guys. Thank you very much for joining us for this not really short thing, but also, again, remember, if it sounds like shit, it's because we did not do any editing because we need to push this out like ASAP Rocky.
We need to push this out tomorrow. Yeah, wait, no, I was just going to say yesterday. Fuck.
Yes. All right.
We'll push out your mom. Bye.
Bye.
That's kind of creepy.